Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today is the YouTube hop for Traci Reed Designs. And so I'll have in the description box below a link of everyone who is playing along with the hop today. So you can hop along, get lots of inspiration using this Love Potion collection. It's such a fun one, especially for February. It's a great one to pick up and create any sort of Valentine layouts, or even there's a whole like self-care kind of theme for some of the ephemera pieces. So definitely I'm not scrapping my significant other. I'm scrapping sort of, in the first one was my kids at Disney. This one is our puppy. And so, yeah, you can totally use this kit for more than just your spouse or your significant other. And so definitely go and check it out. It's a great one. It is on sale. Like I said, for my layout today, I am scrapbooking some photos of my puppy. These are a couple years old now. She is not that tiny anymore, but she was so tiny and so cute. So I am going to take these photos and mat them with just a piece of white pearlescent cardstock that I have from my stash. So I'm going to do that off camera. To start, I do have this plaid background paper. I did gut it because I used it on a previous layout, and I created this background using the digital collection to use as my layout background, and then I'm backing it on that plaid. So I have a sort of very busy background, but I do like how this one turned out. So I am using items from the digital kit here. I have this heart mixed media piece in the background, to which I have the gold splatters on it, as well as I have a ribbon at the top with this sort of bead and heart design that I added to the top of the page as well. So I have those are images that I digitally printed on my paper, and that's going to make up my background. Now, when I printed it, I did come in with some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine and just added some additional splatters to the background. I often like to do that because it just adds to the printed background. So that being said, that's going to be my background. And what I have here is a couple of pattern papers from the kit. So I have this black, it's a little hard on the eyes. It's sort of just a random dot. It's not even a true circle, it's sort of just little dashes almost. And then I have this tone-on-tone pink and red heart paper. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to tear these papers. And this one, because of how I printed it, I wasn't watching when I printed it, and I should have oriented it so it was this way. But that's okay, because I can hide part of it underneath my photo, so you'll never know that it doesn't cover the entire page. So that is fine. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear, and I'm tearing toward me because I want the white edge. So I'm tearing, when I'm pulling this piece, it's pulling toward me. And that's going to give me this white edge. So I have it that it looks like this. And like I said, I'm going to have to see where my photos are going to land. So I'll end up cutting this somewhere because I want this to be at this end and this one to be at this end. So I know that this one somewhere I'll have to cut to span it across the page. And then for this one, I am looking for this to be on top and bottom. So I am thinking with this one, I will probably go ahead and tear here and then cut it. And then, because it'll be hidden, I don't need to like waste the whole thing, because I don't need to like put it underneath that. So I think what I'll do is just excuse me, is just pull in my cutter here, and I'm just going to, this doesn't need to be super I don't need like the whole thing. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the same thing again and tear the edge off. And I do apologize about my voice. I am getting over being sick. We went away on vacation and everybody came back, and the following week everyone got the flu. So it's been a fun time in my house for this last little bit. So bear with me. So I'm going to cut that. I don't need these little strips. So we're going to go like this. I don't need this one either. Get all this out of the way. All right, so this and these two obviously aren't going to go all the way across the page. So I will be cutting it so that it does end at the end of this white pattern paper. So I'm going to have these go like this, and then this will be in the middle. And so at a point, which you won't see because it'll be hidden when I come back and it's all glued down, but ultimately I'm going to have these papers span the center. And then what I am thinking, because I'm going to do this part off camera, so it's a bit tedious and a little boring to watch, but I am going to, like I said, mat my photos, and I'm thinking one of my photos is going to go here. So she's going to go there like that. And then normally I would put these two photos sort of down here so they're touching, but I kind of like the idea of these being up here. So that's kind of the idea that I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do is get that matted. And I'm thinking my title is going to go down here. Now I will show you that I used for most of my title these really amazing velvet alpha set that is in the kit, and I did print it several times and then layered it up. As you've heard me say before, I like that. It makes it like a thicker, so it gives it some dimension. And it's going, my title for this one is going to be Sweet on You, and I just have this little gold tile alpha that I'm going to use for the word on, because I figured didn't need anything huge for that little word. So I'm thinking the title is going to go down here, because I am going to glue this part down off camera, because it is going to be tedious. I always hate having you guys watch me glue a title down, because it does take some fiddling, and nobody really wants to watch that, I don't think. It's not usually the most exciting. I also did print from the digital collection, and I cut it using my Silhouette, this sweet little ribbon. I love when Traci does these sort of elements in her digital kits, which almost all of them have something like this. And I do love the way they cut. It reminds me a whole lot of 49 and Market and their laser cuts and things like that. So I love that these are usually a part of her digital kits. So I am going to layer that up here as well underneath, probably underneath my photo, so it'll come out like that. It's just a cute little detail. Really just like it for the added interest that it gives that. And then, like I said, on will just be right here. And then I did print, or I did cut out, if I can find it, yeah, a little bow, which I thought I might put here because she is a girl. So this is very girly. So there's going to be florals on this page, and then the title down here. So this is what I'm thinking. And then I'm going to come back with the florals, which are all from the digital, and some hearts and things to finish up this page. So I'm going to go off camera, get this all glued down, map my photos, get my title down, and we'll come back with the finishing touches. All right, I have everything glued down, including my title. So this is what it looks like. And now we are going to work on the embellishing, which is going to go pretty quick for this one. So I have my focus, like I said, was mostly the digital collections florals. So that's what I'm going to use. And I will end up sort of kind of bending the edges and things of the florals that I'm going to use so that I get some dimension on the florals. I like to do that when I'm using lots of paper. Just adds a little bit of interest. So I have a little word phrase that says you charmed my heart. So I'm going to use that and add these florals in here like so. And as you can see, the layout is pretty simple for this one. Nothing too crazy. I have a little arrow here. I'm going to put that up there. Again, that just adds a little bit of a different texture. I have that bow that I said I was going to add, which I will probably sort of bend just to give a little movement. And then what I'll end up doing is just gluing the center of that bow right about there. And then I can now build my clusters over here. And as you can see, I do have a gap down here, so I know that I'm going to have to place a definitely need to place something there. And I have a little camera here. I'm going to put that up in that cluster. And then down here in this cluster, we're going to use these florals to fill that gap that I have in the paper from where I had to obviously cut it because I wasn't using full 12 by 12. So that's fine. As long as you have a place you can hide where you need to cut, you can always use the papers and have them span your whole page. So once I get this one down, I'm thinking we're going to go something like that. Sometimes they move a little bit when I go to glue it all down, but essentially we are going to go with the layout looking like so. And now I do have these little hearts and I have bent the hearts in the center, and these are not exactly the right size, but they're pretty close. I'm going to use these and place them on top of the printed sort of little banner that I put at the top with from the digital collection, this little bead sort of embellishment with that ribbon. Excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and add these, and then I'll just glue them and they'll kind of pop up all along the top there. So just like so. And then last but not least, we're going to put on some enamel dots, and I do have enamel dots in black and red. So I'm going to go like so, and these aren't glued down, so I'm putting my enamel dots down without having everything glued, which I don't typically do, but we're gonna go with it. And there we go. And one more. Then over here. And you know what? I'm going to use up the last red one. That way it keeps it all the same. So I am going to go ahead and glue everything down off camera. Go ahead and take the photos. Don't forget, like I said, to go and check out the hop. The link will be in the description box below. So hop along, see what everyone has created, and grab this collection while it's on sale. So with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.